Alright, so here we go. This is day 4 of the daily fodder. What kind of stupid stuff can I find on the internet contest, where your vote decides who's the champ. We did get some votes in over the last 24 hours, and it looks like our current champion, the man in the SawMill incident, is still the champion because he got the votes. So, so that means that our current champion is still the unfortunate man who was caught in the sawmill. He caught his groinal area in the sawmill. All right, so let's look at today's challengers. This one is more just kind of like my own personal annoyance with this person who wrote an article about if you text and drive, you are stupid. Now, apparently, Candace Murphy thought she was really funny and, did the U and the R and stuff. I really don't see what the big deal is. Maybe if you're like 45 and you can't think about 1.5 things at once, then it would cause a problem. But these would probably be the same people who also can't carry on a conversation and drive, and they're like weaving all over the place just when they look over at the person next to them. I've texted. There's no law against it, so I'm not really outing myself. Is it necessarily the best practice, or would I say that everyone should or could do it? No, absolutely not. Just like not everyone can drive a Formula One race car. It's, something that you develop. If your thumbs are that good and you don't have to look at the keyboard, I see no problem with it at all. It's like shifting. Not that big of a deal. Anybody who says differently is gay. Let's see. Here's a great headline. Hundreds line up for sheep testicles. No, that really is the headline. People waited in lines for up to an hour for a chance to taste something different from the 16th annual Mountain Oyster Fry. That's so disgusting. People are really gross in Virginia City, Nevada. Oh, that's just gross. Okay, this is for something stupid. I think this is over in England. The Times. London Times. Here we go. Teachers drop Holocaust, crusades from history lessons to avoid offending children. Now seriously, do you have to drop important history just so that you don't offend somebody? At what point does, this whole political correctness thing just go way too far? That is stupid. England, you should be ashamed of yourself. Seriously, I thought you were cool. With the whole, cool accent thing, and, you got James Bond, but apparently you don't have history anymore. Who would have thought? Your country is way older than ours. You should have more history and be more proud of it. It was your crusades to begin with. Come on. You're killing me. King Richard, the Lionheart, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. Alright, next headline. SWAT team uses stun gun to end bizarre standoff. The only reason this article is actually even still in here is because it involves another double amputee. If you'll remember yesterday, there was a drunk guy who stole a wheelchair from a double leg amputee. Apparently this guy must not be both of his legs because he was driving a car or something, and he crashed his red pickup truck, and the SWAT team surrounded him and stuff. Then they used the sun to their advantage to break through the window. What's with the double amputees? I've been looking for stories for a long time, and I've never seen this many stories in a row with double amputees. Anyway, there's an honorable mention. Now there's a story. This is the Goldsboro News Argus. I'm not really sure where this is in the country, and if I did, it would make fun of it. I think it's Florida. I'm not sure. Anyway, it wasn't really that big of a story. I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of boring. Until it gets down to this one part about 3/4 of the way through. This is a quote from the sheriff's deputy talking about tasers and the possible problems they present to would-be, offenders or alleged felonies or felons. Anyway, one had heart problems and the other had a pacemaker. If you have a pacemaker, you shouldn't be out fighting police. You should be at home taking care of yourself. Now, I would ask, Mr. Rawlings, Who should be out fighting police? Alright. That's enough of that. Alright, Sacramento. You have made the list for being stupid. I've driven through Sacramento. I've been there a couple of times. I would say that overall, it's pretty dumb. You're not missing much if you don't go there. But they just... apparently this amusement park has banned screaming on a ride called The Screamer. Now, if you don't think that's ironic enough, really this is an agreement between the owner of the amusement park and the surrounding residents who were saying that people were screaming so much that it was disturbing them. I would say you shouldn't own a house next to an amusement park. Stupid idiots. California, I swear, you are like, you think you're your own little universe, and nothing else about common sense should apply to you. Common sense. If you don't want people screaming, move somewhere else. And if your house is devalued that much, you should have thought about that before you moved to an amusement park. Come on. Or, you know, don't take out the third mortgage so that you can buy your Hummer. Whatever. Don't make people get kicked off of the ride that they paid for because they screamed. Like, there really were people getting kicked off of the ride, stopping the ride, getting kicked out because they were screaming on a roller coaster. Seriously. Sacramento, you've lost some major points. Where's the governor when you need him? Seriously, he should be standing up for these people. Philadelphia just recently had its 100th murder. They are on pace for a record 400 and something. They're far ahead of New York and far ahead of Los Angeles. Basically, Philadelphia, you suck. Phoenix just passed you on the population list. I know that we're now 4th and you're 5th because you're shrinking and you suck. And apparently, you all start killing each other over it. That's really no way to respond. You're really just making yourself go further and further down the list by killing yourselves off. I would shape up, snap out of it, and seriously, get back on track, because you're sliding hard. Nobody ever really liked you anyway. Homeschooled student wins his 3rd spelling bee. I think this kid is officially going to, probably never get a girlfriend. You know, he's won the Arizona State Spelling Bee 3 years in a row. Last time I checked, chicks do not dig that. Earth to Jonathan Horton. I know that you nailed the word, but chances are it's going to be a long time before you get that first date, kid. Now, congratulations on, you know, being homeschooled and overcoming that challenge, because, you know, hey, I've been there, done that. It can be rough, but hey, you get to put in 6 hours studying spelling words. How exciting is that? All right, and then we're gonna wrap it up with this is also in England. England, you're just really sucking today, or yesterday, I guess. A father criticized a police force for launching an investigation after his 10-year-old son allegedly called a schoolmate gay in an email. Now, I'm not sure where these police come from. Well, England, I already said that. But seriously, if you're going to investigate every time someone calls someone else gay in fun, you should seriously go to the local high school and, you know, see how often the vernacular is thrown around. It does not necessarily mean they are homosexual. It is simply a phrase. Whether or not it is a nice phrase, that's not my department. Neither should it be yours. You are not the language police. Last time I checked, there's freedom of speech. I think there is in England too. Not sure. Apparently there's not really, even for 10-year-olds. But yeah, you should shape it up. So anyway, those are the challengers, and you know where to vote.